want to get a girlfriend? Do you feel so frustrated when you walk into a building and they start chatting to you and then you just mambo jumbo your way through and you can't actually show that you are the boss man, and next thing you walk away and they're just laughing at you or they just blindly ignore you? You know, the other day I was walking and we were going past a Macro warehouse, a Walmart warehouse, and the bloke was walking on the side of the road, and he went, hey, to the girl, and then she just blindly walked past and ignored her. So, now I'm feeling more relaxed. I want to tell you exactly how to talk, how to do everything so that you can get a girlfriend. Because at the end of the day, we're not doing this just to make friends. We don't want you to be chatting with them and then they ignore you. We don't want you to just be invited to their parties and nothing happens. I want you to get a girlfriend, and by the end of this you have action tips, things you can do to get it out and going. So the one time I was going to a very fancy shopping center, and I was just walking around, designer shirts, bags, shopping, cash, everything was going on. And when I was walking, I saw some girls, a group of them, from my school, about 3 of them together, Amy and etc. And I saw them and they came up and they said, hey, how you doing? How you been? And I said, yeah, everything's going well, I'm selling online and I'm making some cash, it's all good. And you know, I started to tell them more about myself. All about me, what I'm doing, my businesses, how I'm making money, everything. And I made a mistake because back then I couldn't speak so well, I couldn't think on the fly. I couldn't say, I do this and I do that and I can make you X, Y, and Z offer. I couldn't do that. I couldn't sell myself. I couldn't explain things. So I just ended up making a fool of myself. And so Amy and her friends kind of chuckled, and they said goodbye. Now I want you to contrast that, what happened to me, with this. I'm walking around the shopping center, the big boss, collar out, designer bags, shoes, cash, everything going. And a few girls from school come, 3 of them. And there's Amy and her friends, they laughing, chuckling. They come up to me and they say, hey, how are you doing? Long time no see. I say, hey Amy. And friends, hey, nice to see you. And yeah, life's going well, just living large, doing whatever. But more importantly, how are you guys doing? And then let them tell me about themselves. Yeah, we doing school and we did the test and blah blah blah, and I went shopping and I went to Zara and I went to H&M and let them talk about themselves. Apologies about the rain. You know, now it's a dark time. Maybe you don't have a girlfriend, so now God's signaling that it's a deep, dark time. You don't have a girlfriend. You know, there's rain. It's a sad environment. But make sure to take notes. Maybe get a pen and paper. Take note of their advice here, because this is me illuminating one candle to the other so that you can get a girlfriend. Now I want you to compare both situations. The one situation I told them about myself, and so I was putting the onus on me to speak well and sell myself. The other example is putting it on them and letting them speak. Now what does that do? It allows them to think about what they want to talk about so that I have time to think about what I'm going to do. And in the second option, now I've got time to think. Okay, look, Amy's a really pretty girl. There are all these other girls here, it's a group of them. And maybe I should have a house party one of the days. Or maybe I've got a bit of extra cash and maybe I can ask them if they want to go to Starbucks. So now I've been thinking, and they chatting, they thinking they have a great conversation. Meanwhile, I'm just listening. Yes, yes. Oh, Amy, so you did the test and you got a green floral dress. Okay, that's nice. You got that from Zara. Zara? Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. They keep on going. They speaking. They chatting. They telling me. I'm listening. Meanwhile, I'm getting ready with my phone. And I'm, okay, Amy, that's beautiful. Just a quick note. Are you guys going to Starbucks or anywhere after this? No, we're not going. Well, why don't you come with me and maybe we can all go, 3 of us. Let me take down your number. And I give it to Amy. Amy gives me her number. Girl gives me a number, the other one. And now we're a clan of us and all of us are going to Starbucks. I'm going to pay. Next thing, Amy's my girlfriend. And then everything happens from there. So the lesson is I've just switched it on them. They want to talk to me, well, I'm going to talk to them. And they're going to tell me information so that I can think and I've got time to make sure everything's going on. I did that trick because it's not even a trick. Just a good thing that you can do. Today I was walking into the building, into a community center, and there were a few girls from school there. And so in the past, like I did when I was in the shopping center, cash and everything, thinking that I'm the big one, I'm going to tell them. Well, as I got to the community center, there were a few girls there, and they said, hey, it's been a long time, how are you doing? I said, great, thanks, living large. I told them a little bit, about 5-10 seconds about myself, but I quickly asked them how they were doing. And then they started saying, yeah, it's grade 12, matric, blah, 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 it's really hard. I said, that's interesting. Did you guys get your grade 12 jackets yet? You know, because all the kids in school get their fancy blazers and jackets. Then they started telling me about their jackets and how they've got this nickname and that nickname. I said, hey Demi, because there's a beautiful girl there named Demi. I said, what was your nickname? And then she told me about her nickname, and they all went around the room, and after about 5 minutes, I'd been chatting with them, but actually they'd just been telling me what they were doing, and I was just nodding and listening. And it's not a trick, nothing special about it. I was genuinely interested in what they had to say, but at the same time I was thinking, what am I going to do? And I was thinking, am I going to, pursue a relationship with Demi? Am I going to maybe step in a little bit, or not isolate, but make sure that it's just her and myself, so we can get more intimate and get to know one another. I was thinking what I'm going to do, and I decided I'm just going to go in with my friends. But now this is the next important thing that you've got to pay attention to. So I finished talking to the girl, so that's a good introduction to walking into another room. And when I walk in, there was this old friend here at school called Cody. Now at my old school there used to be all these little small kids like wimps, and unfortunately I have to be honest, I was one of the wimps and part of the nerds. And so Cody's still like a wimp and a nerd because he hasn't changed much. And no offense to him, he's a cool guy, but he's not as big and strong and smart and wealthy and dedicated and determined as me. So Cody was just there staring at me. I said, Cody, number 1! And then he didn't even see, he was just following me around. But the problem is that the girls can see who you associate with. So I was saying hello to this wimp named Cody, then I went to speak and play table tennis with another fat kid. But the problem was that these guys are degrading my own authority, because the girl wants to see that I'm with operators. I'm with guys who are going to make it happen. Yes, we're going to do the deal, interview, let's do cold calling, we're going to get to business, we're going to make money, and everything's going to be good. They want to see that I'm one of those people by virtue of the fact that I associate with them. So no offense to Cody and no offense to the other kid who I was playing table tennis with. You guys are awesome. But at the end of the day, you are degrading my own reputation, because I'm doing my best to present like the absolute best person I can so that Demi can be my girlfriend. And so she's going to see me associating with other people. So pay attention who you associate with. If you want to have a girlfriend at school, are you associating with the wimps and the nerds? Or are you associating with the jocks, the guys who've got the cash, the guys who sit there at the coffee shop at school and they have their collar out and they're doing everything and they're big and strong? Those are the people that you're going to become associated with because you spend time. See, women make that quick assertion that you are the people you spend your time with. They don't really just see you in isolation. And so it's very important for you to associate with the right people. Not for the sake of exploiting anything, just for the sake of improving yourself. If you're a man, you want to improve yourself, spend time with other men who also want to improve yourself, and it'll be a million, billion times easier. Now there's something else, and I want to end on this. The girl was saying, what do you do? Demi and all of them, all the friends were saying, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? And so the most important thing is that I have been doing something with my life. I've been making videos, I've been gymming, I've been learning how to speak. And so when they say, what have you been doing with your life? I can say, yeah, just getting through school, or yeah, living large, or doing whatever. Because, excuse me, my eyes give me problems. Because I've lived a life. If they say, tell me something interesting, I can tell them a story about how I went into a South African township, one of the most dangerous places in the country. I can tell them stories about how I've ridden my bike 100 kilometers in a single day. I can tell them stories about how I ran around the field 35 times after eating a fat, massive bag of chocolates, feeling nauseous and having 6 bottles of water. I am that guy. I am the extreme warrior. And so when they hear me, by the end of it, they want to be my girlfriend. They just want to listen. And here's the last thing. If you've done a good job and you've associated yourself with the right people, you've flipped it on them and let them speak about them, you've thought, you've approached, you've asked for cell phones, you've asked for your number, you've asked for their number, you've done everything right. You've spoken about yourself, you've spoken well, you've shown that you are the big boss, that you do everything, you can make sure that you can support the family and trust and whatever. Then the woman will do one thing, and you'll know for a fact that she wants to be your girlfriend. She will do something called preening. Now what is preening? Evolutionarily, men and women have developed behaviors which signal that they want to mate. Okay? It's a mating call. So there's this concept called preening where the woman will clear her hair, she might put on her makeup, she might give you a smile with that twinkle in her eyes. And for us men, we'll put up our collar, we'll scratch our face, we'll sit up straight, we'll do everything like that for men and women, called preening, so that you know that she's making herself more attractive and perhaps more suitable for you as a mate. And then from there, just keep on chatting, of course respect your own boundaries, and sooner or later, if you are the man, you will get a girlfriend. That's how to talk, talking tips to get a girlfriend. Wham bam.